Going into Clifford the Big Red Dog, didn't have very high expectations. I wasn't expecting our Paddington 2. I wasn't even expecting a Sonic the Hedgehog. I was just expecting a decent movie, at the very least. And oh boy, did this movie not even deliver that. Within the first 30 minutes, I was kind of bored, kind of intrigued. It follows a simple premise in the very beginning. Magic, all that stuff. It's almost self-aware. It's not trying to be too much. It's very much for kids. I wasn't very engaged in it, but it wasn't terrible by any means. But then about after that half-hour mark, that's when I really started to dread watching the movie. It was filled with varying levels of cringe, where it had just this whole twist villain to it, added villain, this added secondary plot to sort of resolve things when it didn't really need it. The movie was only an hour and a half, but there were still points where I kept wanting to get up to look at the time, just because I was like, it's gotta be over, it's gotta be over, it's gotta be over now, but it was never ending once it hit about probably that hour mark. It just felt like it kept going and kept going. The acting, I wasn't expecting anything from the acting. There's some jokes here and there that are really good. The girl who plays Evelyn Elizabeth is constantly going, Clifford, Clifford, Clifford. She's constantly repeating his name to the point where it's very obvious that, yeah, there wasn't an actual dog there. It makes it less believable. A lot of the jokes didn't land. This movie's script is almost entirely jokes. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's joke after joke after joke. The Uncle Casey, he's nothing but a joke. He reminded me of like a dollar store Spencer from iCarly. Like, that's literally his role. Except Spencer and iCarly is funny, and Uncle Casey was not very funny. He had maybe one or two jokes, but his entire dialogue, his entire all his actions were just supposed to be comedic in nature, and they just weren't. The jokes weren't hitting at all. It just overwhelmed me with jokes to the point where I was tired of this movie. There is one scene that I really did like, though, so not all of it was bad. The one scene that I really liked was with Kenan Thompson when they go to the veterinarian and they have him inspect Clifford. There's a lot of jokes in there that are pretty funny. And I think it's Kenan Thompson. He's a great comedian. So when I see this guy, I'm going to start laughing. That was probably one of the best scenes. No, that was the best scene in the entire movie. That was the only scene that I can actually remember. Other than that, the movie is just god-awful. I would not recommend seeing it. Definitely don't go see this in theaters. Don't even watch this on Paramount Plus. Even if it's with a free subscription, it is not worth your time at all. It's just a solid waste of time. Overall, I would give Clifford the Big Red Dog a 15 out of 100. Yeah, 15 out of... I feel like that's too harsh. That Kenan Thompson scene was really good. I give it... maybe like a 23, 25 out of 100. We'll go 25 out of 100 for Clifford the Big Red Dog.